We back sitting with Malk. We back again. You know what I mean? Soup Malk. Yeah. What you talking about? Fly too. Don't even play with me like that. I ain't playing. So basically, the next topic is I'm just gonna get right into it, getting out the hood. We gotta get out the hood because I was talking about that in my last episode. My last episode was called Staying Out of the Box. Stay out of the box. The box ain't your friend. I'm gonna sit there and go another step, man. Like people ain't gonna like this. Get out the hood. Get out the hood because the hood is one of the main culprits of keeping somebody in a box. If you really wanna be truthful about it all, because it's a mentality that we perpetuate down there. That's just it's a bad job. Especially for kids, because every kid not gonna come out of that. Every kid not gonna come out of that. I was blessed to be able to come out of that. Being the chosen one or whatever you want to call it. I'm chosen to come out of that. Like I'm trying to I'm trying to like go to a different path. I still got my issues. I'm not gonna sit there and lie, whether you come across it or not. But I had to get my family out of there because I would not want my kids to be subjected to the things that I saw growing up, the things that I've done growing up, the things that I've thought was cool growing up, even if I didn't do it. Like I'm not gonna like. It's like you don't want to judge people because people do especially when you were a tadpole. You might be a frog now, but you was a tadpole at one point in time. So it's hard to judge people off of the things that you did. Like you did the exact same thing. It's just that all you can really do is stand up and walk right and be the person that you would want to see out of other people. Even though people like you not the same. Every people you can't expect you out of the people, but you can be an example. We all not like we all flawed. We not all righteous. And I'm not saying like from a righteous standpoint, like we not all just totally righteous. We all got issues. And it's just some people got more issues. Like I don't know what to say, man. You gotta get out of the hood. People put a lot of different priorities over that. Like a lot of people, they say stuff like, "I want to give my kids like what they never had." You know what I mean? And that should be a new environment. That should be a new environment. Everybody was in the hood that whole y'all whole life. Y'all all stayed in that city, and it's not just about being in the hood. Like because you might just gotta leave your city and go somewhere that's just different, like totally different. Like I did that. I just did that this year. I did it for a year. I hopped off the scene for a year, and I saved up, and I got my family out the neighborhood into a better life. Um, Now we trying to move forward. It's not now we're not gonna sit there and say this is like a walk in the park. Yeah, we just gonna like up and leave. But no, you got if you make it a priority instead of, I don't know, looking good for everything else, like for the gram, for doing it. Like you know what I mean? You gotta choose your priorities right. Like you gotta put one thing over the other. One thing deserves to be over the other. Like neighborhood. That deserves to be over a lot of things. Like people don't think about that. People just think about, oh yeah, we gotta look good. Like people wanna look good these days. And there's nothing wrong with that. I wanna look good. I feel like I look great right now. You know what I mean? Like, but why would you put that over neighborhood? Because neighborhood comes with a lot of things. It comes with education. Your neighborhood comes with education. Like we lived in I'm coming from a spot where education wasn't really that well. Like it's not good a lot of places, but I'm just saying it wasn't good there over there. Like it's and the people that was in the environment, they was just doing things that wasn't cool. You going to school, my kids going to school with the same kids that's stealing cars. And one of my kids is in the sixth grade. And they just told me that the car one of the kids back home, they like begins though everybody's following each other on Instagram. They just told me one of the kids just stole a car in 6th grade. That's crazy. I wasn't thinking of I'm from the street. I was dibbling dabbling a lot of stuff. I wasn't a good person. 6th grade, I was a kid. I was a kid through and through in 6th grade. Like the most I was doing was like busting on somebody, like making something like making somebody feel bad. I might like just, and that's just that wasn't all the time. I was doing my work. I was a great student. Like I was doing great. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit there like everybody wasn't though. We had bad kids in the school too. So I don't know. Like maybe it's the type of people like you gotta, but I feel like you got a better chance of being a different type of person in a different type of area. Like different areas bring forth different people, and it's just a proven fact. And whether it's made like that for like just to keep people like this, that's possibly true. But it is a way to get out this trap. It's just that people don't they too comfortable in what they doing. They just want to be like maybe the hood is cheaper. Like you can like you ain't gotta pay that much bread like just to live there like or whatever. Like that's maybe that's the thing, right, or whatever. And then you can just spend all the rest of the bread on looking good in the hood. Big fish in a small pond. I get it, cool, but I just I'm looking at my friends' kids dying now. It's to the point where they dying. I'm looking at my friends bury their kids, and that's crazy. Like that's crazy to me. Like because now it's like I don't like. Do I want to put up a rest in peace to my child? And I'm not saying that can happen anywhere. Like I'm just trying to paint a picture. It's really bad right now. Like and it's happening to us. So like I'm talking to a certain type of person like that grew up like me. That's thinking like maybe they should make a different type of move. Like maybe they got maybe they got to try something different. Maybe they can't. Maybe doing the same thing, living in the same place ain't gonna work. Maybe just moving like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a better house. That got a 3 bed. Like I'm moving from a 1 bedroom to a 3 bedroom down the street because it's a better house or it's a bigger house or look better in the inside. But it's right down the street in the same neighborhood. Maybe that's not. Maybe no. Maybe that's not the way. Maybe you should just get like move to a different state in a different city. Get away from that shit. Cause you don't even know like what's going on like right now. Like to be honest, like you looking at like you got the Citizens Act, you got the Citizens Act, you just looking at that, you're like, damn, it's going off all day. And it don't got nothing to do with just you, cause like I grew up in the hood too. I'm not like I wasn't worried for myself, cause I was out there. At the time I was out there doing Uber and Lyft, like things was going on. Like I wasn't really worried. I was still getting my money. But I got a family. Like, do you want to raise your kids here? Do you want your kids to go through? Is your kids gonna be able to handle it like you do? That's how we think as parents. That's all I'm saying. That's how. That's what made me make my decision. And now, if you do it right, you can put your kids around other kids that maybe you would want to see a friendship come out of that, because it's like maybe it's just a different dynamic. Maybe the kids in this area ain't stealing. We're not talking about a race thing. We're not talking about like it could be a whole black area. It could be a whole this area. It could whole that area. But I'm just saying the hood ain't it right now. It's not it, and it just don't seem like you can help it. And I'm not saying you can't help it, but it don't look like you can help it, because it's just like when when the hood went down however many years ago, because it wasn't always like that. When it started going down, it's like it just always kept getting worse. Like, is it going to stop out of nowhere? Just stop? It can gradually get better, because we got people out there doing good things. That's going that can help, and that's they fight. They gotta stay there. But if you're not planning on helping, if you're not a part of that fight, you gotta make a move and do what's best for you. Um, yeah, yeah, because I just feel like I don't know, if I wasn't in the hood, I probably would have did a lot better. I probably did a lot better. I feel like I did a lot better. I moved with my dad at one point, and my dad was living in a good area, feel right off of Cheltenham, right outside of Cheltenham. And I still was doing my little hood stuff because I came from the hood. But at the same time, but I was going to a hood school though. Like at the end of the day, like because it's just like I was going to a hood school, I was going to a neighborhood school. But I feel like I was doing a little bit better as a person, like when I was living with my dad, because the block I was on wasn't too much stuff going on. Like the block I lived on when I was living out with my mom, it was crack houses on the block. It was all types of stuff going on the block. That was like a lit block at one point. So yeah, yeah, man. It's just a better. I feel like it's a better option to just save up your money and make a move. And that should be one of my next videos, making a move, like what it takes, what you gotta do, things like that. Um, but yeah, that's it. That's sitting with Mount. Um, I hope you got something from it. I hope you can. Anybody got an experience like that? Talk to me. What you think about it? Did you come to the conclusion that you want to get out the hood, or did you get out the hood? Talk to me, because I just don't think the hood is it. It's killing the kids mentally, physically, emotionally. They just out there dying. Is like to the point where they just gonna be not. I don't know what they're gonna grow up. You just never know what they're gonna grow up to be. But they could grow up. They could grow up and change. You never know. But and the hood can shape them to a point where as though like they wanna help other people, or they don't want to do certain things, but they gotta go through it. And are you positive that they're gonna make it out? Are you positive that your kid is gonna make it out of the hood? Are you positive? Because if you ain't, you should just try to give them a better shot at life of being somebody, being who, like, you know what I mean? Like I think it's a no brainer at the end of the day. Like hood, no hood. They might can walk outside and get shot over something that they have nothing to do with, or they can walk outside and be walking, right? They ain't gotta wear a mask because these kids now they just gotta wear a mask. Oh man, that's a different video. Sitting here with Mark. I hope to see you in the next episode. Hope to see you in the comments sooner or later, man, because I'm still struggling right now. Like, I don't think I got a view yet. It's crazy. My shorts got some views, though. We get there. I think I just had like 19 views on my short, bro. What you talking about, sis? Yeah, we gonna do it. We gonna win. Like I'm not a quitter. We gonna make it happen. I don't care if it's 20 years down the line. You like, yeah, I seen this one sitting remote episode from 20 years ago. Oh, dang, if you was around from day one, I love you. All right, see y'all.